Morning, and welcome to this week's Facebook Live. A little bit late, quite a lot late. We've a couple of bits of news in our house. We are expecting a new baby in the family, and it looks like today might be the day things are moving in the right direction. So I was on a phone call about that, at about the time I normally go live, but that was too exciting to hurry the call. And then on a not such a good note, we have a sick dog. So had Bet on the phone as well. So unfortunately I didn't get quite on at 11:15, but I'm here now. And I'm not sure where you all are in the world, whether you're watching me. I've got someone on live just now. So whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on the Facebook Live replay or whether you're watching this on YouTube, you're very welcome. I don't know where exactly you are or what news you've had about Christmas. It's been a little bit disappointing in the UK as it's not quite Christmas being cancelled, but it's not a great Christmas anymore. So hi Sally, how are you? So we've been told we can only have our bubble for one day, and one day only. And morning Emma, how are you? So it's all a bit disappointing as people have made lots of plans, but I'm going to try and take you away from all that. And this is actually what I'm not doing Emma's card obviously, but Emma used this bundle yesterday and I'm going to use it as well. I am using this product medley in an upcoming event which is unfortunately sold out, but I'm going to take you away from it all, away from Christmas, away from the dank, wet weather that we have currently in the UK, and I'm going to take you off to a desert with flowering cactus and using the Flowering Cactus Medley. So I'm going to point you down and show you what you get in that medley. So, got a bit of glare there. So the stamp set is this. Hold on, let's put you a little bit higher. Excuse me. So we've got some beautiful, I would assume they're cacti as opposed to cactuses, cacti, whatever the correct terminology is. Some little flowers and some lovely phrases, particularly like currently, life can get kind of prickly. That's one way of putting it. So that's the stamp set. The dies are great because this is one I've used a little bit already. It's kind of like the London gherkin. So lots of different shapes, which some of them match the stamps, and then some of them match this sheet of DSP. So you get a selection of DSPs. They're all 6x6, and this is one side, and then this is the other side. But they're beautiful, lovely colours of mossy meadow, mint macaron, highland heather, calypso coral. They work really well together. And the dies, as you can see, the dies will cut these out. So you've got that one, then it cuts this out. They're not, they're pretty easy to fussy cut as well, but you will, slightly harder to get the little prickly bits, but the dies cut those out perfectly. So we're going to make a card with that. I said I'm using this in an event, but I'm not going to show you the cards that we're making yet because I'm leaving that as a little bit of a surprise for those taking part. Also in the medley you get these cute little things, which are little felt flowers, and then I'll show you this one, back to this. They will sit just perfectly as a little embellishment on your cactus. So they're pretty cool. And you also get, but I've actually, I misjudged when I was cutting for my event, and I didn't leave any for myself. So you do get linen thread. I have one here, similar to this. Linen thread in the standard kind of Sahara sand crumb cake colour, but you also get another matching one, well, not matching, but coordinating one in the Calypso Coral. So that's everything you get in the product medley. So we are going to make a card, and I'm going to take inspiration from the one, I don't believe I can actually show you, but there was a beautiful card in the catalogue with a gorgeous sunset, and I'm going to take inspiration from that card and at the same time show you our new blending brushes. So Stampin' Up are bringing these out. They will be available from January 5th. So they are so soft. I mean, you could literally just sit and stroke. But they make beautiful sponged backgrounds, and I'm going to use these this morning. You get 3 in a pack. They're about, I think they're $11.25, so they're pretty good value for a pack of 3. And we are using those. So I think I'm going to start off with a card base in crumb cake. So let me just get that ready. So here's our crumb cake. I'm just going to check if I have any chance of one pre-cut. The right shape. Yeah, I think I do. Just let me trim that a little bit. So bear with me. I hope that you're all feeling okay about these new changes and everything that's happening, because it's a little bit of a disappointment, to say the least, for some people. But hopefully we can think of other things. Someone had told me yesterday on where they met lots of people in town just taking their Christmas presents back and getting their food refunded and going to treat it as a normal day and going to postpone Christmas till the summertime, which I suppose everybody has their own way of coping. So there's my crumb cake background. I'm going to do this one portrait, I think. Yeah, I'll do it. Sorry, not portrait, landscape. Then I'm going to use one of my favourite dies, which is going to be the triangles. And I'm going to cut, let me see, I got that size. No, maybe the next size up. As you can see, yet again, I haven't prepared mine. I might go that size, and I'm going to cut a rectangle in crushed curry. So let me get that out. I keep all my cardstock in filing cabinets, little filing cabinets. So that's what you hear the noise, that's what I'm doing. So let me just chop off a smaller bit of this. And then that should be the right size, yep. So bear with me as I just cut this out on my die cutter. So there's my, it's going to be the background of my sunset. And then I've got some of the brushes that I've used already, which, as you see, I forgot which colour and used them both in the same colour. But I'm going to go with pumpkin pie. Oh no, actually I've used Calypso Coral. No, Calypso Coral, because that's the colour in the suite. So I still have the old style ink pads. Calypso Coral, and I use a little bit of Magenta Madness, and then I'll bring it together with the a little bit of crushed curry. So I'm going to take old stained piece of grid paper, And I will start with the pumpkin pie. I just keep saying pumpkin pie, the Calypso Coral. So just picking up some colour with the brush here, taking off the excess first on the grid paper, and then moving on to, sorry, my bracelets are jingle jangling. I quite like the effect it makes in the stitching because it makes that really pop. And then you really just keep going to get the intensity of colour that you want. But I want a nice deep sunset. So speaking of sunsets and solar planetary things, are you all ready to, or has anybody seen it yet? Because I know today is the best time to see it, but I know it has been possible to see the Christmas star. That is, for us, I think anywhere between 4:30 and 6 p.m. tonight is the best time to see the Christmas star, which is, if I'm correct, is it, I think it's Jupiter and Saturn that are coming into alignment. So in the UK, of course, look at the sky, totally cloudy. Yesterday would have been a better day to see it, I think. May not have been as bright, but it would have been possible to see it. But somewhere between 4:30 and 6, I think after that it starts to fade or not be as bright. So just continuing with this, as I want a nice deeper colour. I could go with a cherry cobbler, maybe around the edges, but I tried it on my sample for my event with the Magenta Madness, and I really quite liked the effect that gave, so I'm going to stick with that. I'll see how that looks. And then very, very messy. I might have to go and get some wipes because my Magenta Madness is quite inky. Yep, that's how inky it is. Put that nowhere near the stamps. Hold on, excuse me while I just get, I have one. I'm sure I have a wipe somewhere. Or so I thought. I had a pack of wipes. Where'd they go? I might have to go in my jeans. Oh. I had a pack of wipes out earlier. Oh well. Okay, so then a little bit of Magenta Madness. So it's quite. And again, take off the excess. You can clean these, but to be honest, I plan to just keep them in colour families, if you like. So I'll keep the one I've used for crushed curry for yellow colours, and the Calypso Coral for orange colours, and I might give them a quick rinse off or a rub down, but I'm not going to. They're only $11.25, and I do love sponging. It's one of my favourite things to do, so I do plan to use them quite a bit. So I think they're pretty cost effective. But if you wanted, you could just have one pack and keep them clean in between, just rinsing off the colour. Let them dry as much as you can, though, in between using them to get proper. Oh, thank you very much, Emma. I know you would be watercolouring this, you wouldn't be sponging, I think. I think Emma Goddard is the queen of watercolour, in my humble opinion. And what I don't want to do, which is what I did in my sample, I didn't realise that I had pink on my finger, and I wrecked it by sticking the pink right in the yellow part. So I want to make sure, in fact, where is it? It's sitting here. Look at this lovely background. And then I wrecked it by putting my finger in it. Oh, I have a little doggy at the door. He's scratching to get in, but he's not coming in. So just to make that a little bit more intense at the bottom, I'm going to take a little bit of crushed curry and bring that up to meet it. Again, taking off the excess. Just because I felt it needed, my crystal bracelets are all jangling, but just where the Calypso coral ended, I felt it needed a little bit of something. It sort of seemed to hang in midair. And I like the little bit of crushed curry meeting it. So I think that's nice enough sunset, maybe a little bit over here. Right, okay, so I'm going to take all the messiness away before I stick my hands in it. Let me just move them. I'm going to try to close it because I'll get more messy fingers. Set it all back here. Gosh, come here. Okay. So I might actually, I haven't used this one yet, but I like this little die. I might do a little bit top and bottom with him on the card base. Just see what that looks like. I haven't used this one yet. Or I could, let me see first if I do this. It would be a bit like, if I don't like, it'd be a bit like when I chopped all my hair off. Or not when I chopped it, when I got my hair all chopped off. Halfway through I thought, should I have done that? So it will be a bit later if I don't like this, but what I might do is line this card so it's a little bit peekaboo. Let's see. In fact, it would be nice if I put those in. I wonder where they went. I was a little bit too close to the edge with that one. Might save those for the inside, just to tie this together. Okay, so I've got my sunset. I've got my little, whatever they are. Now I'm going to cut some cacti, I think they are. So rather than fussy cut it this time, I'm going to use my dies. So I'm going to use one of the big ones. I think I'll go for the dark, and then I might actually, I love this one. I'm going to use some Mossy Meadow for that one. So just getting a scrap of Mossy Meadow. So I'll have a scrap of Mossy Meadow for that, and then I will cut out the other two. So bear with. I use an orange one. So just bear with me a second. Oh, it's just moved. Just caught that in time. My plate just caught on a box of cards I had sitting here and just moved the die before I passed it through. I luckily spotted it in time. Oh. Hope you still have me there. I'm a little low on battery, so let's speed up a bit before I lose you altogether. And nice dark one. finally got the gherkin. Whoever designed the gherkin and came up with the idea that that would look good as an office building. Okay, so here we have, I chose that one, and then we've got this one, and then, no, I'll just pop this out with my snips. This is a great die. Ooh. Isn't that fun? See the texture on that? Okay, so probably have him about here. Let's see. Him here. No, up, so pretend he's taller. And get him over there. Okay. And then we will have some of the little felt flowers. I think we will go for some orange ones, or Calypso Coral. So a larger and then a smaller. And then I'm going to use, again, go back to my framelits. I'm going to take possibly, let me see the stamp set again. Which one will I use? Where have I put the stamp set? God, what about the life can get kind of prickly? I think that makes sense. I might actually use a snippet of crumb cake. I was trying to get a piece of crumb cake out with my swaps, and then that would fit. That will fit in there. Yeah. So just going to cut out a little piece of crumb cake. Oh, tap on the edge of that. Move that up a little bit. Just doctor that. Seem to have. Well, that can be in the far end. So we'll do that the other way around. Okay, so Mossy Meadow as my ink. Get my little block. And hopefully I will do this straight. So you don't have to see me cutting it all out again. Okay, life can get kind of prickly. Sure can. Oh, sorry, I'm not on camera again. Keep forgetting. There. Okay, so then I want a little bit of linen thread. Okay, so I'm going to get this together. So that's not the actual spool of thread you get, but it's similar. It's because I didn't leave enough for myself when I was dividing out my event packs. Go a bit tighter with that. To move my chair in because I keep realizing I'm not really doing this in camera. Right, let me move some things out of the way. Now, if any of my ladies are watching, there is only one bow in the class. I do tend to do a few bows, but they're like, another bow. But there's only one bow in our event on one card. But you can't beat a big flouncy bow. It's just like shoelaces. Okay, so I'm going to brace that up. Now, where are they? Let me get some dimensionals. Kind of hard to imagine being warm and hot if you're in the UK and with the sun shining in your face, etc., etc., when you are looking out the window at that miserable weather. Is it raining in where you are, Emma? It's not raining right now here, but it's just not looking great. Not looking great at all. So just peeling off the dimensionals. There we go. So put that there. That's about, yeah. That's fairly straight. Okay, and then let's arrange these. So I will put that one on flat, I think. And where have I put all my adhesives? So that flat. Going to shove him in here, kind of off the edge a bit. And then, should we raise that one? Yeah, we'll raise that one. Very conscious, obviously, of raising and using so many dimensionals after my post office bill for some of my Christmas cards. Yeah, so these will be special ones. I'm going to raise them multiple times. Hand-delivered cards. Okay, so I'm going to put that one there. And then, hey Karen, how are you? Oh, that's very kind of John to give you a coffee break. Very kind of him. So I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive here for this one. This little felt. Reminds me of fuzzy felt. Ooh, to get any of it. And then I think I'll slide that bit in a little. Could shimmy that over a bit, maybe. Pop that in. I might need to redo that actually. Yeah, post office bill was, yeah, I didn't really think it through far enough for my international cards. Because, you know, you pick a card at times that will suit the recipient, and if that recipient happens to get the dimensional one, and then, wow, there was my bill for sending, I think, at the time, because I sent mine all in batches, and one particular batch I only was sending 6 cards, it was £18 for 6 cards, because they were 1 gram over the weight, and I think it was because of the extra dimensionals. I think they were all the same thickness. It wasn't the thickness, it was the problem, it was the weight. Well, I suppose it wouldn't be thickness when they're going international, but yeah, that damn extra dimensional. So let's flux my bow there. Okay, and what I find, actually I'm going to have to do it again, it's annoying me. What I find was a great colour match for this suite. It doesn't come in the pack, but where are they? These champagne rhinestones are a great colour match. So we'll have to have a couple of those on. I think I've worked this too much. I've split it. Ugh. Never mind. Okay, so I'm going to put a couple of those. Oops. I'll put them. Oops. Oh, lost you. Come back. Come back. There. And then if you put your, let's see if I like it with the white in underneath. Yeah. So if you put your white on the inside, and then I will add those little teeny tiny frondy, whatever they're called. Not sure what the correct terminology is for those bits. But now if I could find I think this is the current working snail. I have multiple snails, which I can't bear to throw out because I know there's just a little bit left. There was just a little bit left in it. Morning, Sheila. How are you? This time Wednesday, maybe, or at least next week, you will see everything I'm doing perfectly. I'll be thinking of you tomorrow. So I'll just do a couple of these. I won't put actually no, I won't put them right there. That would be silly. I'll put them the other side. So that closes there and there. So I'll put them. Oh no, it doesn't close. I'm being silly. I could have put them there. Right, I'll put that one there. Top left and bottom right, which is the opposite side of where the die has cut. Oh, I bet you are. You won't know yourself once you can see perfectly. You really won't. Okay, so that's my little card for you this morning using the... Oh, he's fallen off. He doesn't want to stay. Go back. So hopefully to kind of cheer you up, get you out of all the miserable Christmas kind of feelings. I'm sure we'll get through it like we've got through everything else, but in the meantime we can think of sunnier climes, warmer places, feeling sand on our toes and the sun on our face, and this product medley is the best one to make you feel, well, to take your mind off things. So this is the Flowering Cactus Product Medley, available from January 5th in the brand new catalogue. If you don't have a demonstrator and you would like a catalogue, do pop me, drop a comment, or if you're watching it on the replay, drop a comment under the video, or if you're on YouTube, you can drop a comment there either too. All right, thanks for joining me this morning. And oh, hi Jane, how are you? Hope all things are well with you. And I will see you next week, hopefully. Next week will be what? It's the 21st, 28th? Yeah, well, we'll see you next week for a little crafty escape from the madness. Thanks, Gemma. Thank you very much. And see you all soon. Bye. Oh, and have a very Merry Christmas. Gosh, I nearly forgot. It's Christmas on Friday. Whatever you're doing, whether it's Christmas on Zoom or Christmas, if you manage to get your family to come for the 24 hours, have a good one. Enjoy it as best you can. And do you know what? I think Christmas should be in July. Let's move it to July and have a day then. Hopefully when all this has calmed down and got a bit easier. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a great week and a lovely Christmas as best you can. Bye now.